a great idea to me, but it is very risky to use the forbidden technique of the divine sect.
According to it, it is an advanced technique that was considered prohibited due to the danger of using it.
If we fail, our souls would be dragged to the world of the dead.
Don't worry, Ayame, don't you trust me? Always keep in mind that I will protect you with my life. Everything will be fine, and with the help of the greats of the divine sect.
We will crush both Ryota and Daruma in the purple Aru. We will finally have his body, and we will be ready for the war of the great sects.
Relax your mind and don't worry about anything else.
Ayame was convinced by Getsuga, and with his help she would begin to activate the forbidden in the world of the dead. The first and second ancient rulers of the divine sect were being summoned to the world of the living by a foul divine power. Before its time, we are being summoned into the world of the living by a dark-hearted subject with the purpose of using us for his conquest. That unpleasant being was not a divine law while I was alive.
It seems our sect has fallen very low, where my son and Ryota are supposed to be to defend the honor of our home. When he died in that combat, he did not reach the world of the pure dead. His soul that in life was corrupted by darkness. At the time of his death he was not purified because he never repented of what he did. Members of divine sects and other powerful mutants such as demons and strong creatures had two paths to death. Go to the world of the dead with souls, which was like the paradise of the human world, or to the world of the hollow dead, those who completely lost their true selves.
Evil beings full of darkness, and the place where they lived was like purgatory, but thousands of times more stormy.
Each of these places was guarded by omnipotent beings, capable of containing beings of great power. And Zeus had fallen with the hollow dead for having brought thousands of planets into agony, which is why he never met his father in the other world.
You once told me that your apprentice was stronger than you. How is it possible that our beloved sect is ruled by that guy? Hell, if it succeeds I'll vomit from seeing the sorry state of the place I sacrificed everything for in the past.
I think the same as you, but we will not be summoned. No one has achieved it.
Hey Gaidon, a dark being is pulling our souls into the world of the living. Do your job.
The omnipotent being in charge of monitoring that world was not able to arrive in time, since he had been temporarily detained by Yami, another of the omnipotent beings that existed in the Megaverse, but unlike Gadian, he was in charge of the dead. Holes.
I'm sorry, Gadian, but I'm slightly curious to know how this guy who in the future will become a hollow dead man plays his cards.
You are stupid, Yami. We will be punished for letting a dead man escape.
Will we be?
You will be punished, Gadeen. I didn't do anything wrong. That low-level guy called Getsuga seems most interesting to me.
It's the first time I've seen a heart as dark as his.
Izanami, the Yagami and the other voids have no comparison to him.
It was Yami's thought, as he disappeared from that world.
He's a bastard, he just came to get me into trouble.
Luckily those summoned are dead with souls.
If they had summoned a hollow, the world down there would be in trouble.
I thought there was no one who used Griga anymore. I need to be more attentive, was what Gaidon thought, but Getsuga had summoned the two greats of the divine sect, with something beyond the technique known as Griga, since a dark ring on a finger of the summon.
By making Getsuga his master, he could be said to be advanced Greek, based on the power of 5 of the blessings.
The first and second leaders returned to the world of the living, looking coldly at Getsuga, and Sayo and Sammy, a pleasure to meet the predecessors. Where is Zeus and Ryota?
Why is an evil being like you in charge of the divine sect?
Your son Zeus was a shame, that's why he had to perish.
Ryota is a prodigy, you formed an impeccable being, there is no doubt.
Because of him I always stayed still, and when I rebelled he tried to kill me. But here I am, alive and ready for a second round.
And you, Isuyo and Asami, the strongest divine beings in the history of the divine sect, will kill the invincible Ryota for me.
There is no way I will kill Ryota. I will not tarnish the honor of the divine sect.
Honor?
What honor does that filth of a sect have? That splendid place is no longer what it used to be. Anyway, now they work for me. They are my puppets.
For now we will rest.
Greg embraces all the power of the blessings I used to put that ring on you.
I need to rest for about 6 months to recover.
You sleep too, or don't go more than a kilometer from here.
Getsuga and Ayamed would sleep to accumulate the lost power. Both Isayu and Asami would try to kill him, as well as leave the planet, but in doing so, they were returned to the same place. They could not ignore Getsugin's order and attack him.
We are condemned to serve this scum.
Before its time, Asami, that presence is similar to that of the King of Massacre, that omnipotent being who took your life, and I murdered while sacrificing mine. Is it possible that he has remained alive and has taken on a new body, as long as his blood has not been eliminated? Anything can be possible. He may not be the King of Massacre of that time, but the body of that subject may just be a container that keeps the ambitions and desires for revenge of the King of Massacre. These rings are a problem. We have 6 months to figure out how to get out of control or hope that we will be defeated. This guy brought us into congregational life. Our power has tripled. Perhaps in this generation there is no one who can stop us. Meanwhile, in the Divine Sect, hard training had begun. For days Goku and Ryota did nothing but fight almost to the death. Day after day, Goku's ki reserves reached zero due to the large number of times he regenerated his body parts, as Ryota's aggressive energy mostly from blocks destroyed his arms and legs. If he weren't a demon, Goku would never have been able to stay alive after just 1 day of training. Excellent. After a month your physical strength and endurance have increased almost double. Physical strength is essential in combat, but the most important thing is the amounts of ki that a living being has.
You have enormous amounts of divine power, but you only get a little of it out when you get angry. You need to learn to make that power flow at all times, so that your internal energy is always at its maximum splendor. Achieving this, even if you launch a supreme attack, your ki veins will not feel the drain of power.
This month you have spent it saying that I am a crazy man who never gets tired, that I am too strong to be defeated.
By thinking like this, you are only limiting your mind. The truth is that you have almost the same level of internal divine power as me. Ha 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 ha. You even make fun of me. I saw it when I rescued you. You left me impressed, Ryota. You had never felt envy of someone's power. Seeing all that Kim Flo made me feel like I was nothing next to you. I don't make fun of you, Daruma. Everything I said is true. If you master your internal divine ki and manage to make it flow at all times, you will have almost the same power as me, and even more because you have that Oozaru inside you.
Will I be stronger than you? Why do you tell me that? Aren't you afraid of losing to me after I master the internal ki?
Lose?
It's something I would like to experience, but currently in this megaverse there is no one who can beat me, so from now on we will train harder.
Ryota taught him everything Goku knew. How to fight without wasting any power while keeping it at its peak. How to take hits without being seriously injured. Altering external ki so that attacks had greater power, but that was not all. After having fought for 5.5 months with such a formidable opponent, he had made him grow so much in strength, speed and all kinds of aspects, that Goku was a totally different person, despite only having spent a short period of time. Goku would respectfully thank Ryota. I really appreciate it. You have taken the trouble to train me during this time. You taught me almost everything you knew even though we are not friends, even without being in a special room of time.
I became stronger than when I trained for decades on my planet.
I'm ready to have that fight you want so much.
Daruma, you are very talented. You learn quickly and adapt to your opponent's fighting style.
My teacher made me learn full control of divine power and it took me almost a year.
Although at that time I was a child, but for you to have achieved it in 4 months is impressive. You are a genius just like me. I couldn't have asked for a better rival than you, was Ryota's thought. When we finish with Getsuga, our fight will be on this planet. For now let's return to your world. We don't know when Getsuga will come out of hiding. Changing worlds. A portal connected directly to the Forbidden Planet was created before them, instantly reaching their destination. I don't feel any presence.
Take it easy.
They are probably training in the room on this planet.
Goku's purple eye focused where he knew the room was, managing to see through that dimension.
Indeed, they are training. There is also old Senko with them. 15 days passed quickly. Both Goku and Ryota were still waiting for them to leave that room.
While in a planet far far away, Getsuga had regained all his lost power, and Seiyu and Asami had failed to undo the ring.
They couldn't take it off, but they had figured out a possible way to do it. I made you wait long before, Jors. They must be eager to fight.
I want to see the incredible power of the 2 Divine Sect legends up close, and I want Ryota's head.
Don't kill the purple hoops, because he will be one of us. So you want to see our power up close?
Stop pretending. You are the king of slaughter, right?
So you figured it out, Isayoi.
Indeed, although you destroyed my body, my blood spread and became one with the sacred planet. I don't hate you. In fact, you should thank me that you can see how I lead the sect to the top. You don't want to take the sect to the top. You want to win the war of the great sects, and have the opportunity to regain the omnipotence that you lost to govern not only this megaverse, but everything that exists. You were always a guy with crazy ambitions. Yes, and your damn disciple Ryota has always kept me away from those ambitions. If only he was as easy to handle as your son Zeus, he wouldn't have had to go through this long wait. Well, that's over. I can't with Ryota, but you can. After all, you taught him everything he knows, and now that I brought them to life, his power has been exploited. No one will be able to stop the ancestors. They will work for me until I regain my omnipotence.
Have you ever imagined being a slave to your worst enemy?
I suppose not. Follow me, we're going hunting. I am Getsuga, followed by Isayoi and Asami. They finally emerged from the shadows to carry out their plans. Now everything was clear. What had corrupted Zeus and Getsuga was the ancient enemy of the divine sect in the Megaverse, the King of Massacre, and his plans were to become omnipotent again. For that he needed all the power on his side, and the purple bear was a good item to use, as it was in existence with great internal divine power on the Forbidden Planet.
So he finally decided to show his face. Let's get off this planet, or everything will be destroyed. Don't worry about that. I'm very strong now. I can restore all the planets once the fight is over. Kana had said that. She and the others had finally left the time-space room.
They came out at the worst time.
Just because you are the strongest divine law does not give you the right to believe that we are good for nothing. Yukina greatly increased her power, and she also keeps much of it hidden.
We trained for 6 months in the divine sect. If they did the same, millennia have passed in there.
Naturally, his powers have grown in a normal way. It was a matter of seconds for Getsuga to reach where they were. What a surprise, it seems they were already expecting me. You're also here, Ryota. That's perfect, so I don't have to look for you.
Master, is it really you?
You have grown a lot, Ryota. I hope your power is formidable and you are capable of killing me.
I trust you.
So it will be your plan, Getsuga. I will not get tired of saying it. You're just a fucking coward.
Ryota moved quickly. For him to know that his master was being used was unforgivable.
His attack of anger was blocked by Isayoi. It's a real shame, Ryota.
I have only come as a spectator.
My predecessors will take care of you.
Ryota was blasted away with an extremely strong blow,
falling next to Goku.
As strong as ever, Master. Listen, Ryota. He manipulates us through the dark ring we wear. You have to destroy it while we fight. It was what Isayoi told Ryota with telepathy. Shikigan Venus, you and the others escape from here. With the Master on Getsuga's side, you will only hinder us.
Ancestors, kill everyone. Don't let any of those trashes escape. Asami would release a Carmesian fire capable of incinerating even a high-ranking divine being.
Dark Dome. That fire would be blocked by dark energy. He stopped my attack, the fire that turns everything it touches to ashes.
I am glad that in this era there are still strong beings who do not completely let the honor of the great divine sect fall.
You are the bringer of death, right? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I don't belong to their sect. The bearer of the blessing of death is me, Shin would say as he exited through the dark dome that Goku had created.
Us? Two beings that possess the same blessing?
How is it possible? Goku's death power is stronger than ever.
Not only did he become stronger, he had to learn to master that power.
Daruma, be careful.
You know what will happen if they kill you.
Of course I know it.
I will never let anyone kill me.
I don't want to forget my loved ones. They are everything to me.
During training, Goku lost his life because Ryota exceeded his power.
What happened next left Ryota impressed.
When he revived, the sky turned crimson. It was something totally normal, since it was naturally golden, and upon returning from death, they achieved great power.
Goku achieved that great power, but he forgot about what had happened in the last 2 months.
Every life he lost erased memories of his life.
The first life lost.
It was only 2 months, the second 200 years, then 20,000 years, and each time it increased more and more, until I completely forgot everything.
It could be said that Goku was lucky to have 7 lives without it being a divine law. but for him it represented a curse, and Sayoi began to attack ferociously with massive attacks of power. The first attack that hit the planet immediately caused it to explode. Angel Shield, a giant golden sphere, repelled all attacks.
This cannot continue like this. If they don't leave, we will be on the defensive. We will not be a burden to Ryota. We also train hard. The Oozaru's bodies are impressive. We managed to form the new purple Oozaru.
Dark Dome. Dispersion. Shike had an affinity for Goku's dark power.
He has gotten everyone out of the Dark Dome.
Now, Yakina. Yakina's ki increased in a second.
Spirit Beast Omega released.
Saru, King of Beasts.
Saru appeared and every being that was in the Dark Dome touched his body. Supreme Resonance. Inverted Beast Fusion.
Everyone's powers had united with Saru.
Damn worms. Incredible. They have carried out a mega merger.
That Oozaru is capable of withstanding the power of everyone.
But with that body, how does he plan to move freely?
That shocking power will be of no use to you.
Saru, come back.
When the Oozaru returned, a supreme power was released. That much power?
How is it possible that Yakina doesn't lose control with all that ki emanating from her body?
He's as tough as you, Master.
You should be proud of your daughter.
She next to you, Ryota.
They have become one of the 3 greatest powers in this world.
Quick, stupid.
I didn't bring you into this world to make you stand still.
Be it perfection that Ryota's shield is nothing to you.
Kill them all.
You said they would be a hindrance.
You were wrong this time, Ryota.
Forward. Take that shield away.
I was already getting angry at having to be on the defensive.
Daruma, let's start with the counterattack. Just wait a little longer. I'm going to free you, Master. A difficult fight began. Goku would be the opponent of Asami and Ryota and Sayoi, while Yukina had launched herself against Getsuga, who had not planned for that to happen. He just wanted to remain a spectator. A little purple Oozaru?
I'll have to kill you before you become a problem like your father.
Getsuga was silenced by a quick and powerful blow to his chest, reacting quickly to return to that blow, but he couldn't move her even a bit. And when his fist was touching that Oozaru girl's stomach, he felt like a part of his vitality was taken away. He stepped back slightly and realized what was really happening.
That speed, stamina, and way of consuming vitality, you're using the blessings of those traitors.
It's a joke? A stupid brat who has barely lived a millionth of what I have lived. Is he capable of wanting to have a serious fight with me?
World creation.
The 12 Sons of Infinity, 12 enormous suns, formed in a second, and Yukina began to burn with power, piercing Getsuga in a single blow.
He's killed Getsuga. What's going on here?
Ryota and the purple Oozaru were not the strongest beings in this megaverse. He had no idea of this girl's existence.
Getsuga was eliminated, and appeared a few seconds later. Activating the Akari barely revived and would quickly eliminate the 12 suns with his divine and dark power.
He absorbed the power of the sun to use it against me. I trusted myself. I didn't think he would kill me with a single blow.
Yukina used Kana's power to create the suns and Amaterasu's power to strengthen herself with the sun, catching her enemy off guard. Not only was he strength and advanced techniques, he also had the wisdom of Shiro and Senko on his side. For his part, Goku was evading his opponent's blows. His internal divine ki was flowing rapidly, maintaining all of his power at 100%.
Even without activating the Akari, he was having an even fight, but it was a matter of time before he realized that he had to give everything if he wanted to win.
A strong dark blow had hit him squarely, leaving him breathless. Sammy's arm gave off the same power as Goku and she, I see. So if it is possible to use the blessing even though it is no longer in my body, when you said that you were not from the divine sect, you left me intrigued as to how you had the power of death, and that is why I also tried to use my old blessing. It turns out that I discovered something that I didn't even know. The power of a blessing stays forever if one had already adapted it. I am the first bearer of that power.
Blessing of Death, 1,000 dark swords, Eye of Death. All the dark swords would be sent to another dimension, but one of them would pierce Goku.
Poor boy, he's finished.
That Goku body exploded.
It was a clone of Dark Kyo, and behind her it would say, I'm not going to die yet.
Forbidden Power Akari, released.